What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Collider interview studio at San Diego Comic-Con 2025. I am overjoyed to be sitting next to the team behind Twisted Metal. Congratulations. Congratulations. I've watched a good deal. I'm incredibly impressed by what you're all able to pull off.
Thank you.
Cool,
Thank you.
So, Michael, I'll start with you to kind of lean into that a little bit because, and I'll preface this question by saying I was already very, very impressed by what you managed to pull off in season one with the resources you had. But production-wise, is there anything you learned on season one that allowed you to go even bigger with something in season two?
Absolutely. I mean, I think in season one, we learned so much about what we can do. And in season two, we just doubled down. We realized what our production is able to accomplish, especially when we wanted to do things practically, of which we did even more. So we were able to allocate resources. We were able to build doubles of cars. And honestly, this season was all about leaning into what makes Twisted Metal Twisted Metal. We have a show that has a clown that lights his head on fire. So we're quite a bit this season. So we really learned a lot more about preparing and putting that and just really, practicing and prepping. And we just really just did it.
To lean into the practical of it all, can you maybe tease something in season two that might make a viewer go like, there's no way they really did that practically, but indeed it was something that was filmed in camera?
I mean, Axel's a big one. I mean, Axel, a man.
So good.
Axel is if you're unfamiliar, Axel is a giant man who is stuck between two humongous car wheels. And we built the car wheels. We didn't have to build the man. He was already huge. But he's amazing. He's played by Mike Shaw. And we wanted from the jump for it to be for the rig to be practical, and we were able to do it. And it's huge. It weighs a ton, and it looks incredible. And I can't wait for the fans to see it.
Looks so good. He's so perfect in that role. I can't get over it. Anthony, I'll come your way to talk about someone else who I think is a really good fit for their role. It's Tiana, who plays Christa, and that's a big deal for your character, the introduction of his sister. So can you maybe tell me the first thing you saw in her as an actor that signaled to you, like, that right there is the Christa to my John Doe?
There was a certain level of strength that she had as an actress that was kind of unforgiving and unwavering. The relationship between the two of them is very different because she's his sister, but he doesn't remember her. Their relationship is new to him, but it's history to her. So there's a certain level of confidence and strength that she brings to the character that I feel like only helps and informs John's character, because he needs that guidance and that leadership from someone who he's never really had in his life before.
I love the complexity of that relationship and the fact that it's so new to him, but there actually is so much history. The fact that you two lean into that, I think is very, very effective here. Another relationship in season two that I absolutely love is Quiet and Mayhem. And Saylor's like really something else. She just bursts on the scene with so much energy, and right out the gate, she, at least to me, made that role so uniquely her own. I love asking about the value of a good scene partner and what you're able to find in your own character via the person you're working opposite. So what is something about her as a scene partner that helped you find something in Quiet that you never realized was there?
She's very, very, very fearless, which I think I had become a new mom when we first shot season one. And in season two, having her to play off of, it's really terrifying to have somebody you care about be so fearless. And I think that's what happens with Quiet and Mayhem, because it's very vulnerable to love people. It's vulnerable for Quiet to feel love for John. It's very vulnerable for Quiet to feel love for Mayhem. And it's risky too. In the world of the tournament, it's like, well, how many winners can there really be? So it's hard. It's really scary to love somebody. I think she's just an incredible actress too. And she's so funny. And so, she's up for anything. She's great.
I was so impressed. I was so impressed by all the new additions. I'll keep going around this way. And Anthony, I'm going to bring back pretty much the same question I asked you at the Superman junket, because I really like this idea. And you are another person who I think puts your own stamp on every single character you play. We were basically talking about how when you start a new role, you have to find in yourself who that character is going to be. So did you have an aha moment with Calypso, something you thought of in prep or on set that made you think to yourself, I know who my version of this character is?
Yeah, I think the, this kind of demonic, weird, creepy, gleeful thing. It just bubbled right out of me, you know? It was so easily accessible. No, I mean, I had so much fun with, I think a lot of it was truly getting on set too, and the vibe that everyone had going, which was just really, really playful and light, and everyone was really kind of engaged in this way that you felt comfortable in taking risks. And I think just as an actor, that's I think where you get the best stuff is you're taking risks, you're playing around, and you're just seeing what's possible, and you're seeing how weird you can get. So yeah, I mean, as far as like plumbing the depths of my soul for that evil, that not really, but having a good time and just really relishing it. That's where I could definitely, find it in the room.
You're so good. That kind of quality on a genre mashup like this is so essential too. Joe, you might have to tread lightly with this one, but I am very curious about how the addition of Grimm impacts Sweet Tooth this time around. Can you tease maybe something about Grimm that gets under his skin more so than any other character in the show?
Absolutely. Sweet Tooth's motivation has always been to be the greatest killer the world has ever known, to be the most renowned murderer that the populace has ever seen. And during this quest, unfortunately, he's had some competition, some rivals, and one of his greatest rivals from the past happens to be our good friend, Mr. Grimm. And of course, there's a lot of history, there's a lot of bad blood between the two, and it definitely comes bubbling to the surface throughout the tournament.
All right, I'll wrap with this question for you that kind of leans into Grimm, because it does feel like the first season is heightened, but this time you're actually introducing like magic and the supernatural. What is the key to being able to embrace some of those elements, but without, I guess, rocking the grounded foundation that you established the first time around?
I mean, I think when you're introducing characters like Calypso or Grimm, I think you and because it's from the video game, you really want to start to introduce those supernatural elements. You have a character who literally can make wishes come true. And I think what's so fun is that we're not straight up being like, boom, magic's real. I think what we're doing is we're starting to feel like there's something else out there. There's something eerie, something supernatural at the corners of your eye. There's something else that can be real. And I think that's what makes, I always thought of Twisted Metal as an American Lord of the Rings. And I really love that in our world in season 2, and hopefully if we get the chance to make more of these, it feels like there's just something supernatural out there. It makes it cool to feel like John and Quiet can drive out into the horizon and that there's just something more to our world. And I think that that's what makes it just so much more magical. And that's what I wanted to bring into this season, that feeling that there's something more possible, that there's something more supernatural out there.
Lighter Interview Studio is a manifestation space. Say season 3 with authority.
Season 3.
Truly, you guys do it all, and you do it all so well on this. I can't congratulate you enough. I'd be sadder to say goodbye. I get to hang out with you longer. Congratulations. Enjoy your time at Comic-Con.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you.